Good day all, welcome to Orbit Farm. Just wanted to talk about goat farming. A lot of people have asked what really entails in goat farming in Zimbabwe. And Zimbabwe, I have spoken about the breeds. There is a link here for the video that I did about the breeds that are available. But everyone then starts saying that how much money do I need to do goat farming? What do I need to do goat farming? And how best do I do goat farming? This is where a lot of things now need to come in play. As we said, we have the breeds that we have in play. We have our Boer goats, which are mainly a South African breed. These are high as in that they produce a lot of meat content. They are quite high in body masses. We have the Kalahari Reds. This is also another exported breed, also from South Africa. Then we have our Savannah, which we don't talk about much, but Savannah also Matebele White, which normally come from in here in Zimbabwe, in Matebeleland, an area in Matebeleland whereby you find these goats. Then we have our local goats. These are the ones that are found each and everywhere around Zimbabwe. For me to start goat farming, it comes with a lot of challenges. The challenges that come is, how much money do you have personally? Do you understand what you want to do? Do you have someone who is going to help you achieve your goals? If you don't, these are the things that are going to be a very big hindrance into your development of goat farming. So what do we say here? First, do I want to do Boer goats? Yeah, everyone wants to do Boer goats. We all want to do Boer goats. But do we have the money to do Boer goats? That is where the question starts. Let me start with the Boer goat. Boer goats, anything that is an original breed, you are not looking anything less than $300 all the way to $1,000 plus, depending on availability and where you're buying them from. As I said again, you have got a lot of people who are going to cheat you and tell you that this is a Boer goat, these are pure breeds and all that nonsense, and you as a person who has never done it, you're going to buy these goats thinking that they're pure breeds, and they're not going to work for you. And all that they're going to do is die for you. You're going to go buy probably a Boer goat in, let's say, let me just put it probably, let's say in Beitbridge, where the weather is extremely hot, and then you're going to take them to an area where it's extremely cold, and they're just going to not survive. These are the disadvantages and advantages of Boer goats, because you really need to know what you're doing in the Boer goat market. And you are going to have these goats, and after you have bought these goats, let's say we have bought 10 of these goats. We have spent a good, let me just put them at $400 each. That means we have spent $4,000 on just the goats. We need to make sure that we do the housing for them. We need to make sure that we have the medication for them. We need to know that everything is okay. Now, let's say out of those 10, they give us, back in the first year, they're kidding at 1.5%. That means that they're going to give us 15 kids. For us, we have already done the maths. You've got this 15 kids. You're going to probably have mortality, and then we go back down and we're left with 10 kids. This 10 kids is going to start giving them food. You're going to start giving them everything that they need. And when you get time for them to be sold, you're going to be asking for roughly the same price that you bought those goats at. One, you do not have a market for them. You're going to struggle. You do not know where to sell them, who you're going to sell them to. You're going to struggle. 3, when a person comes and you tell them that I've got a pure goat and Boer goat and all that, you are not going to be able to probably fetch back the amount of money that you want, and it's going to be depressing. Why? Because you do not have a market for it. In Zimbabwe, we do not yet have a market for Boer goats. As I am not saying that those people who are doing Boer goats don't have a market. They do have a market, but they have done their market research. They have found the people that they want to sell these goats to. And after all this thing, they now have people who are loyal to purchasing those goats. You, as a first-time person who's doing it, you do not have all those those markets, and you do not have all those connections to where to sell these goats to. So you're stuck with goats which you cannot sell. So what do I say to you? This becomes a very depressing thing. Now you're left with these goats, you cannot sell them. You're now going to have to sell them at a very cheap price, and you're also hoping that you're selling them to a person who is going to buy these goats and who is also starting also the business. If there is people who remember in Zimbabwe, there was a time when Juhuta, I'll just put the picture up for you, was something that became a major thing in Zimbabwe, whereby everyone rushed for them. Everyone wanted to do Juhuta. Everyone did these things, but at the end of the day, no one found an end market. So people just ended up just rotating them to a point whereby those people who ended up with them did not know what to do with them. They either ended up eating them themselves, or giving them away, because there was not really a market. But because people had made a hype for them, these things became the most sought out things that people wanted to keep. That is the same thing with Boer goats. We all want to keep them, but we do not have a market for them. We do not know where to sell them to. And here in Zimbabwe, some of the goats which we are saying these are Boer goats, these are F1s or whatever, they are not the proper breeds. There are people who are doing proper breeding, and those ones, if I tell you to go buy from them, you're looking at least $700 to $1,000 for a pure breed. To me, what I then say to people is, the best way to, if you want to do that kind of breeding of goats, go buy a buck, which is a pure breed. And this is where I say, go buy yourself your local breed of goats. Why? Yes, you are improving your local goats. Yes, your local goats have got time to grow. But even though they have got time to grow, they at least have a market which will not depress you when you go to the market and you sell. Currently, a local goat, you can get anything between $30 to $45 a mature goat. Those are the prices in Zimbabwe. When you now sell a Boer goat crossbreed, you are probably selling anything between $60 to $80. That is the price that you're now selling a crossbreed. These prices is prices which the market will be willing to accept. Your goats would have at least grown from our local goats is roughly about 10 to 15 kgs, and these goats that you will now have about 20 to 25 kgs, if not 30 kgs, the crossbreeds. So what do I say to you? Now let's do the maths. The maths that we're doing is very simple. We go by 10 local goats. Let's say we have all bought them at $30. That means that you have spent $300 for your 10 goats. Then I say, go buy a Boer goat. Go buy a Boer goat. If you can afford the $700, please go pay for it. But make sure that when you pay that $700, you have got someone who is going to take care of that Boer goat. Because when you look at it, that is the price of even a cow. You have even purchased more expensive than a cow. So when you get this Boer goat, make sure that you find someone who really takes care of it and who really knows vaccination program. Do not buy this goat and then say, it's just going to survive on its own. No, it's just going to be grass fed on its own. No, please, when you buy it, find out from the farmer, has this been grass fed? If not, if you're supplementing it, what do you need to supplement it with? The greatest way to learn about farming is not just through YouTube. It is actually going to visit people's farms. People's farms, and the people who are actually doing the farming will tell you what you need to do, how you need to take care of this. They will not tell you all the tricks and in the book about where to find the market. They will tell you, there's a market for it. There's a market for it. But they will not tell you that if you go on such a corner of this road and this road, you will find the market. They will never tell you that. Because the same way they're afraid of that small little market that they have, you will also probably come into it and eat into that market. So they will never tell you the truth. So what do you need to do as a farmer? You need to just go to these farms to learn, whilst at the same time you are learning how to where the market is. We do not, if you really go into Zimbabwean shops, you will never find a position in a shop where it is dedicated to goat meat. No, you will not find. Why? Because we do not produce enough goats for them to go to market. I go to abattoirs once in a while, and when I go to an abattoir, you will find no cows will be there. You will find cows, you will find pigs, but goats and sheep will be the least things that you will find in those abattoirs. But when a person comes with a truck full of sheep, you'll be wondering, or a truck full of goats, you'll be wondering where these goats are going. And they will tell you that there's a specific order for someone else. There's a specific order for someone. So these are the things that we need to look at. But as I was trying to talk about this I am saying that for a person who is starting off, start off with your local goats. Once you have got used to local goats, this is going to probably take you, this is a 2 to 3 year program. If you are thinking this is a quick money scheme, trust me, no, it's not a quick money scheme. I can give you the breakdown of how 100 goats and what, and how much you can probably make as a profit. But the greatest mistake you're going to do, you're going to take those numbers and you're going to say to yourself, I can multiply those things. The spreadsheets do not lie, but reality does not lie to you. Reality is, animals is not put on a spreadsheet. Animals are animals, and you need to take care of them. If you do not take care of them properly, whatever you put on a spreadsheet which says that your maths does not lie, those maths will lie to you. And I will not lie to you. When that math lies to you, you are going to feel so disappointed, you're going to feel so angry, and you're going to say you're going to quit. And you would definitely quit. So, what do we need to do? Let us make sure that we make it very simple. Local goats. Let's go buy our 10 local goats. Our 10 local goats plus one hybrid goat, which is our Boer goat. These are the goats that I would say you start off with. If you then say you want the Matebele is almost about $60 to $80 each. So they are a little bit reasonable as in price. These are the ones which are white, which are pure white. So you've now got a cross between your white breed plus your Boer goat. This is where you start off. Let's put it, we have now bought our 10 at $30. As we say that goats normally multiply twice a year, which if you are very good at it, and if you really have a person who really understands that synchronization, how to synchronize the birthing of all these kids, you will then go. But saying that you've bought 10 goats which are local, they give you a bit of a hybrid after you have sold them after about 6 to 8 months. Let's say, because this is going to take a bit longer, they're going to be about 8 months. And normally if you are grass feeding them, they're going to take longer. If you're going to give them corn and other supplement, they will take less, because they will be able to convert that corn into food faster. So let us not just lie to each other and say to ourselves, it is easy to grow these things, it is very fast to get money out of it. No, it isn't. The only way you will make money out of goats is to make sure that you do have an understanding of, one, are you doing it pen fattening? If you're grass feeding them, do you have the green grass throughout the year? Do you have enough grass for them to feed? Do you have enough medication for them? These are the major things that will help you grow your business in goat farming. So with this one, all I am saying to you is, we want to start goat farming. How best do we start goat farming? I will always say that a person who wants to start, a minimum of 10 does and 1 buck. That is the minimum for you to start. And for a person who has never done this before, I would say to yourself, go and get 1 buck, which is an hybrid, plus 10 local ones, which are easier to, if you are told that it has died, it does not hurt as much as when you're told that the Boer goats are dying. When your Boer goats die, trust me, it's painful. Even I have had that pain because I have had my Boer goats dying at a rate which I did not expect them to die. But you quickly learn from your mistakes and from other people of how best you can do it. So I think this is something that I've done. I've helped everyone who wants to do this thing. I hope that you have understood. I hope this has given you more clarity and more direction into how to do this farming. For those people who have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, like the channel, and give all your comments. Thank you very much and have a good day.